Hello, hello. Sorry I'm a little late. Had to get some things set up. I'm just sending myself something real quick. Alright, we're going to open this. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I really just wanted this. I mean, I guess I don't really need this open in here because I'm going to redraw some other pictures. I just wanted to have this over here so that I had my idea more directly in front of me so that you guys can see it as well. So today I'm going to be doing a character sheet for him. I'm going to do a 3/4 view drawing, and then I'm going to do a front and side view along with his face, and we're going to start with his face so you know who he is, and we'll go from there. Alright, so let me actually make a new file. This is fine. And close this up because we don't really need it. Open, we will, however, open PureRef. And we can just click and drag that over here. How dare you try to trick me? It did it again. Okay. Well then we will do it the hard way. Blam. We'll zoom out. And I'm left-handed, so I need to keep it over here so I can actually sketch. Okay, so this is the idea. You can't see it down there, but there's his skull. There's a skull mask. You can kind of see it a little bit right here. So I'm just gonna. First thing I'm gonna do is draw his face. Let me plug in this tablet. So I have to keep it unplugged because it causes my computer to act retarded. Okay. Fine line. And what color is our brush? Gray. That's fine. Let's change our paper background. I usually like something more gray, cool gray. It's much more engaging for me to digitally sketch on. Okay. So I'm going to draw his face first. Chin. This way, to be that way. Let me move my arm from the microphone. In fact, I'm going to try to move the microphone over here. Okay, y'all can still hear me. Very good. Haha. Let me just see what's going on here. Okay. Very good. Okay, so we're sketching the face. And I'm following specific rules for the face that I made. So here's a line that you want to learn for your drawings. Okay, it's this line right here. Learn and practice that because it is a factor in a lot of drawings in a lot of different places. And I'll show you as we continue to sketch. And so because this is a D&D character I'm making, what I'm thinking about as far as what type of character he is what his backstory is. I had to pick a race, so I picked I wanted him to be like a human dragonborn, so I didn't know at the time that they had a thing called human dragonborn, but I basically just asked the DM if it was alright if my character's parents if one was a dragonborn and the other one was a human, to produce this character. So he has kind of like a snout that's not like a full dragon snout. but his nose is protruded and it kind of like folds into his mouth. So you see that line again? There it is again for the eyebrows. And you can see it again right here for the nose. These are all the same line. So pay attention to that when you're drawing. It'll help you with constructing things a bit quicker. See what I just did there? Make the eyes. Now my character, he is definitely on the angrier side. So we're just going to make him a little bit less happy. And the line is still the same, I just tilted it a little bit. You can see that's a bit more of a stirred look. It'll look even more so. Let me add some more lines over here. And from his eyebrows, actually, no, that makes sense. From his eyebrows, you get just the smallest indication of horn. Not a lot, but a little bit of horn there. He does have human ear. He's really like an amalgamation of a human and my interpretation of a dragonborn. So this is his face. And nowadays, I usually start character concepts from the face so that I can get a better understanding of who it is that I am making. Well, actually, just rotate this a little forward like so. Got a clavicle muscle here. Now, I am still debating on whether or not he's scaled or if he has some type of hair. I'm thinking he has hair because I wanted him to be bullied when he was younger for how he looked. And if he looks like a human with the features of a dragonborn, then he'd probably look a little weird. He'd probably have horns, a snout like that, but then he has a hairline. So we'll go with that. I think this would be more this way. Okay, so this is, this is the face of the character. This is what he looks like. And just gonna give a little bit of shading information. Just a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Then it's definitely a bit of a, which makes him extra creepy because of that little cavity that is real. That's not a bag. That's actually, it goes in like this. So it's kind of like a skull. A little bit. I mean, there is a bag in there, but it's like in this concave eye shape, so it kind of gives him a slightly more menacing look that he otherwise would not have. So that is that. No. What am I thinking of? There we go. Nope, not that one. There we go. Oh, I think I know what it is. There it is. I'll shrink that down. Move this over here. So that is what he looks like. Next we'll draw him with the mask. So, and we'll do it from a different angle. Well, we'll draw the mask from all angles, but just for concept purposes, we'll do it from the opposite side. This time he'll be facing down. And we'll angle, this is angled this way, it has to be angled this way, but the eyebrows are still solid. So, start with the higher part of the mask, and then go down this way. This. Bring it back up this way. And kind of wrap around like this, and then it'll have holes for the horns, for the eyebrow horns, obviously. There's a couple of holes that stick out the head there that make it even more menacing. A couple of horns. Boom, boom. Drag this down. Have 1, 2 here. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah. Then we can erase this. And we'll draw this plane here. Draw it up like so. Give it some nostril holes just to make it look gnarly. And then there will be, right where these holes are, will come the eye holes. And he carved the angry part of his mask. There you go. Then we get these eyebrows in here. And the last thing these designs that go down the mask. In fact, I have an idea. Because we're doing this digitally, I can make this look right. Control C, Control V, Control T. Booyah. Just duplicate that. Control C, Control V, Control T. Oh crap. Okay. We hit OK. Control C, Control V, Control T. Bring that down. There we go. Okay. Boom. And then let's go back. Combine all of these. Well, I guess before we do that. Just wanna rearrange them a little bit. There we go. And then I will merge. Then we'll go back and start implementing these on this side. Make this will be like what he uses to wrap this around his head. So I'm just imagining what the strap will look like and not necessarily wrapping it around his head at the moment. And then I believe it's like a whole dome piece. And get rid of all this extra crap. everything drawn here. And so one of the things I try to do when I'm drawing is to try to break things down first as simply as possible, and then make like zoom further in, get more of a detail as I go along. And that, but I also imagine them with with the hood on. I kind of want to see if I can make that happen for myself real quick. Probably. I think I need to make the hood a bit smaller. I did kind of zoom out a little far. There we go. Get more of the vibe going. Alright, so like my warm-up drawings, just wanted to make sure I remembered who I was sketching. Now I'm going to do a full body sketch, and again, so I like to start with a skeleton for the body, and I usually start with the head. I usually just sketch a oval like so, and I will orient it like such. I also will draw a separate circle just so that I can properly imagine that there's a back of the head. Sometimes
if you just do the one oval, you can kind of overlook that the back of the head's supposed to be there. At least that happens to me quite a bit. And so he's going to have a neutral pose. So I'm just sketching his rib cage. Spine comes from there. Then we have the hips. And kind of come back like this. And so if you imagine this is a box, and it goes like this. This is the side of the box, this is the front of the box. But I don't need all that. That's just for you. But you see where the volumes are. And I might even move this a little up. There we go. Sketches, shoulders. And so this is a head. This is as big as his head is. So let me Control C, Control V, Control T, move that over. Whoops, let's see if I can put it over that way. Okay. Enter, C, V. I just want to measure this real quick. Make sure that we make things proportional. So that's 4 heads. Alright, so we already need to give ourselves some more space. So let's merge these. And we're just going to scale it down. Not that much down. Let's move it up though. There we go. Assuming there'll be enough room. Okay. And let us resume copying and pasting. Control C, Control V, Control T. Alright, that's 5 heads. We need 2 more. Okay, we're gonna draw the legs down that low, see how it feels. I might give him another like half a head. But this is just a good way to make sure that you're being proportional. Now, one thing we definitely need to decide right now is what direction his shoulders are and what direction his hips are. If his hips are this way, his shoulders need to be this way. So this needs to be a bit further up. This needs to be a bit further down. While this is up and this is down. Okay, that'll work. So his weight is on this leg right here. And we will make this leg my leg by going in an S motion. Remember that shape I showed you with the eyebrows? Check it out. Same deal with the legs. Just in a bit more of a curve. Although you can do it. Just for simplicity's sake, you can do it this way. And the other one, but it might be kind of, it might be kind of difficult for your brain to, at least when you're first using the shape for the legs. I try not to use it for the legs actually, because I find that the S curve matches what is actually going on in the leg a lot better than that shape does. But you could still derive that shape from that curve, or that line rather. I just wanted to show you guys that. Yeah. Usually for the feet, I end up giving another half a head or so. I'm just going to now, thing I've been practicing is to not focus on the musculature too much, just get the outer shapes. So he's not super duper buff, but he does have some muscles on him. And so, again, we're really not gonna, or I'm not gonna worry myself too much about getting 100% accuracy on all the little muscle placements, because you'd be here all day. You really just want to, we can refine certain things later. Just want to get the actual shape of his body down. There we go. I like that. I like that. There we go. I like that. You do still want to be a little accurate, though. At least a little bit. At least a tad bit, you know. Just a tiny smidgen. Just a little tiny bit accurate. Just a little bit. So there's like, there we go. Just like that. There we go. Put that there. Shoulder that. Then we got pectoral. And then the bottom of the rib cage. And the obliques. Bam, bam. Usually comes into there. That is the end of this. Alright, so we're good. We don't need all that. And then bring this arm down. We just have some muscle come out like so. If you imagine this other arm is brought over there. So just there we go. We'll bring his legs. We'll bring his legs back. And as far as whether or not I'm going to be doing gaming streams, I'm still on the fence about it. I just might. I have some stuff that could potentially be going on tomorrow, so it might not happen tomorrow. But I'm honestly not against the idea, because it was fun while it was happening. Okay, and for this one, bring the knee down here. Get that. And we want to give this a little thickness. There we go. And doing the hands. Give him some open hands. Doesn't have to have his fist balled up all the time. Hold up. Somebody's knocking on my door, yo. Who is it? Who is it? Okay. Is anyone else watching? Did anyone else hear a knocking? Because I totally just heard some knocking, but no one was at my door. See, is anybody even watching? Anyway. It's just the first layer. We are going to, again, merge. And we're going to lower the opacity of this. Get a new layer. And gonna get the line art. I'm just gonna start mapping out some of these shapes here. I'm still pretty lightly sketching, although I am gonna go over this a final time. I'm actually gonna start with the hood. I know what I should be doing. Let's get the big shapes out the way first. We can worry about the little shapes later. Worry about the little shapes first. Can confuse you. So get the big details out the way first. Always try to do that first. There we go. Look at that. So there is a device that has a circle in it. It's like a three-way type of holder. Okay, let's do it like this. Boom. Boom. What is happening? People are banging around. Oop. All right. There we go. Now we got it. That looks way better than what we had first time. Okay. We're still worrying about big stuff. these three straps kind of go over and around the rest of his equipment, so just wanted to get that out the way first. Boom, goes over his cloak as well, but it still goes back there. Now I want him to have something on the shoulder. What is happening? I'm sorry, y'all. It's like this banging going on, like below me, or I don't know. First, I heard some knocking. I don't think this place is haunted, but weird stuff is happening to me, guys. I don't know. I hope I'm not haunted. That would suck. Okay. And then he does have a shirt on, but it doesn't, cover up his muscles completely. And it's gonna be like padding for the armor right here, and then the actual armor, and it just kind of goes around his arm here. There's another part right beneath it that goes around as well, like that. And then we have the part that attaches getting a little too much into the weeds there, but don't want to stay there for too long. This arm has some plated armor that goes down like so. So we got this one, and we got this one, and then we got this one. Boom, bam. Pow. And we'll just say all of them have straps, and we'll visit that later. And then on the side is a similar deal, except going upward. So we have some vambraces. Going this way. Now, I do imagine that he has some like light chest armor that's almost skin tight, but not quite. Kind of almost like, not skin tight, I would say form fitting. That's a better word for it, yeah. I would say almost form fitting, but not quite form fitting. Straps on to his back like so. And a bit of it is also covered up by the strap. And then, let's see here, let's make some. Well, first, let's solidify that everything will be cut off right here. And the strap goes here, that goes here, the strap goes there, like that. And then there's a piece of armor. Comes around from the side, goes down like that. And right under this bit of chest armor he is also wearing a vest, a leather vest that is covered or he closes up the vest with these straps. And then I just boom, close that up. Then this piece of armor is going to be in front of that. And boom, we'll just have that strap go over the piece of armor. And we'll add that thickness to it. And now, the belts. And there's a couple of things going on there. But we'll get to those later. Look at these legs, my leg. And we'll just make a little tiny box for the pouch there. The pants go in here, and that's the pouch. This is the little pouch holder, or like the pouch like cushion or whatever that goes right beneath the pouch but on top of the leg. I like. And then we'll just wrap it like that, and then the strap that comes up here will wrap around the torso like so. And I'll actually, since it's going this way, it'll make more sense for the pouches lines to also follow that scheme. It'll just make everything more. I wish y'all could see me moving around. I was so animated just now, but anyway. Yeah, it's just that the last stream the camera was so trash, bro. I do not wanna. I'm gonna get an actual camera, and not a trash camera. That camera was so garbage, bro. The laptop camera is so utterly trash, disgusting. Horrible, disgusting trash. Anyway. That is this leg. So it gets to the knee armor and is facing us. So we'll draw it facing us. Boom, like that. Real simple stuff. Real simple stuff. And we'll draw this leg. My leg? Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry, it's funny to me, man. Shit is funny to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, I see. Okay. So we got, I think we'll do a similar deal to what we did up top at first. And then we'll see about editing it later. We got 1, 2, 3. We are almost at the knee, but not quite. Haha. 4. Yeah, and then that one kind of conforms over it anyway. Alright, so for these, how they will link into themselves is as follows. I will just have a part coming out like that, and then a part that goes down, and then we'll do the same thing. That part go there, part go there. Now the way to make armor interesting is to have it be able to layer itself in interesting ways. That's the part that makes the armor cool. The armor. And I'm actually going to put these straps for the armor down in these regions right here. Yeah. It's because I'm a genius. And his other leg also has some knee padding on it. Like that. And then now on this image here, this side is layered up and this side is kind of singular. Yeah, you know what, we're going to stick with that. I think I like that asymmetry. We're going to keep that. And so we're just going to do the same plan that we had up there, but down here. Make sure to give it just a little bit of a curve when it comes around. Make sure it slots in there in the bottom. That'll help sell it a bit better. And then this part will come down and meet with this part that goes out and then down. And then it'll be met with yet another one That goes out and then down. There's 4 over there too. How the hell? I think I made them a little too big. We'll try to get 4 over here as well. You know, just to be consistent. Just to be consistent. We'll get that in there. I know I can. Bring that down. Have it touch this one. And then we'll bring that down. And then we'll have it touch one more. And then we'll bring that down. I think I know what the issue is. Need to not make that part so large. There we go. And then we'll fix it over here by connecting everything. Get that. And then we'll wrap around that way. Boom. And then this, instead of it being all strapped separately like this is all actually on top of a piece of leather that is further bolted onto. Like so. Then we have this come down like so. This piece over here goes down like this. And then comes up and then back down. It's a real thin piece of armor. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Yet useful nonetheless. I like the idea of asymmetrical pieces of armor. So it's not a samey modeling process when you start. And then this is connected back here. I'm actually just trying that out, see how I feel about it. Don't like it that much. Gonna stick with this right here. I do like that. I do like that. If it came out and then just went in like that. Yes, I think that's pretty cool. Or do I? Or do I, guys? Because it doesn't necessarily, this doesn't have to be symmetrical either. This could technically be its own thing. But I actually, now that I look at it like this, I think I actually like that. So we'll go with this. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. 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 Yep. 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 This is his cape is not that long, but he does have one. Excuse me, sorry for that. I am really congested right now, guys. Super congested. Apparently, so is everyone else, but man, this shit sucks so bad. Major donkey balls. Alright. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay, then this arm right here, he actually has a mounted crossbow situation going on over here, so I actually need to pull up some crossbow reference real quick. Okay, let's see here. So basically, it's just a regular crossbow, but you know, that's on his arm. Put this over here. Move out, move this over here somewhere. And I'm gonna scale it up. All right. I believe I know what I'm making. So he's going to have to. He's going to have a bigger, much bigger arm piece right here. And going to have, gonna give him some elbow pads. And because his arm is this way, I think the elbow pad would be a bit more noticeable, so it'd probably come out a bit further like this. Yeah. Yep. And then, bam, we're gonna just start with this straight line. And so we need to make this, if you can see it from the photo, there's this wedge shape that is essential, it seems, to evoking the feeling that this is indeed a crossbow. And so we will endeavor to recreate this very shape in our drawing so that we may also have a very obvious crossbow. Because then, because if you imagine, there is, this line is straight and this line is also straight, there is something in there that then comes out like this. So just bring this straight down. There's something in there that comes out like that. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna first the first thing we can do is just draw a regular ass shape. How about that? Boom, there we go. That'll help. We'll get the complexities of it later. And then we'll have the bow part kind of folded in until it's used. And we'll give it this extra square part in the front. And then I'm gonna have there be a few just like small bow darts kind of just wrapped around this part of his forearm. And this is the elbow strap. And this is just kind of like a leather forearm guard, I guess. And then the shirt just kind of goes into that, like so. There's a strap here. There's his arm. Let's get back over here so we see what's going on over there. Only 3, that's great. We have those. And then we can just wrap it around. Just give it a couple of straps in between. Make sure it's nice and wrapped around the arm there. Then he has another type of deal on this hand. go. Just say that this side is A-okay. And he has a short sword on his back. And a long sword. This will help you keep things symmetrical when drawing stuff like this. Part of me feels like it's doing a little bit too much. It's doing a little bit much right there. So we will do this instead. You know, sometimes you experiment with some shapes, you don't like them, you have to get rid of them and make some other shapes. There we go. Then let's just drag this line down here for a second. Let's go under here and grab this and drag it down. Like this. Just so that we can see where we're making our other lines for the rest of it. There we go. Oh, hey, we have commenters. Finally. See if I can grab this chat box and scale it up a wee bit just so I can see the massages. No, not sculpting today. We're just getting the character concept down. Definitely not sculpting today. There will be some probably next weekend. But this week, I'm just going over what I do to make my characters. Really, I just sketch them out a bunch of times so I know what sort of details I want to have, what sort of details I want to remove, if I want to change anything. I have plenty of time to, or plenty of tries to, you know, kind of see what I like, what I'm digging, and what I feel needs to be changed or removed, and I'll change or remove it. Simple as that. Yeah. And then, because he usually is wearing his mask, usually, he is in a very good mood if he is not wearing his mask. And that is not usually the case. He's not usually in a good mood. He's usually very angry at the world. He's just so mad. He's just so mad all the time, man. I'm just so mad, man. Just gotta take out my anger, man. That's why I'm just so mad. That's this guy. Like he thinks he's mature, but he still has a bit of growing up to do. I just get so angry, man. Just so frustrated. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Just me. So see, he's just like he's a big angry kid. He has a lot of learning to do. That's kind of like how you have to think of your characters. Is think about them in terms of who they are. And it'll help you come up with reasons for why they have on what they have on, why they're doing what they're doing. Like he wears this mask because people were scared of his face on GP, so wearing the mask, wearing a scary mask, he feels like he's already priming people for it, so it's not as it doesn't like get under his skin as bad as when people are just staring at him and then they start freaking out. Like, I'm just being me. Why are you so freaked out, bruh? But if he's wearing this mask, it's like, okay, yeah, you should be freaked out. That's right, be afraid. Because I'm not nice. Not nice, I'm angry. I'm angry, I'm mad. And there we go. And then we'll add those little we'll add the little horns there at the end. And then boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is like what I consider like the first pass of detail. Because there's so much more like actual detail to be added, like thickness to things, extra lines. There's just so much, you want to go in stages for your own sanity. You want to go in stages, yeah. And I kind of want him to have some sort of pseudo ninja shoes on, so he can be, because my character, I don't know if it's because he's a hybrid or whatever, but he has 50 movement speed, and so I want to show off as, ninjas stereotypically are quick, or at least characters that have ninja feet tend to be quick. So because he has a 50-foot movement speed, he's fast as hell. So my dude, he has ninja feet. All right, that's basically my explanation for this design decision that I have chosen to make for myself. You feel me? That's basically why I decided to do what I'm doing right now. I made a decision that's come to fruition. I ain't even had to pay no tuition. I just had to get started on my mission. Got my whole family. Okay, I'm gonna stop. All right. Very nice. Very nice. He's proportional for the most part, and that's a good half a head right there. Yeah, he's about 7.5, 7.75 of a head tall. He's 6'3", so I think that makes sense. I feel like that personally makes sense for me. And now we have all of our basic details, except for, well, we can add them later. So now that we have that, let me do one last thing. We need to make his actual hand, and I'm gonna give it some personality over here. And then we'll make that. Just make this like a cloth that comes out, and then just tie it to it. We'll give it some knuckle things here, because who doesn't like knuckle dusters? Am I right? Am I right? Or am I right? I feel like I'm right, you feel me? So that definitely means that I'm right. Anyway. Bam, bam, wham. Bam-ba-lam, bam-ba-lam, man. Bam-ba-lam, bam-ba-lam. Alright, we'll add the rest of the details in a little bit. So, let's zoom out, look at our work, be proud of ourselves for a second, bask in the greatness, and then and turn off that extra layer because we don't need it, and then we can add a new layer. And then we can dull this yet again. And now we go in with some finer details. And start one area at a time. One area at a time. One area at a time. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this, but we're gonna go black. And I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. There we go. There we go. That's what we want.
And now I'm going in and I'm making some more permanent changes to the picture. Coming in, adding some thickness to some places. Like that. And see the horn over there. Gonna add that. And we're gonna bring it down into the face. And bring that up here, like so. Notice that line again. Just saying, it pops up everywhere. It's happening again. Get some thickness to this. Okay. And yeah, so basically, I go through, I sketch my character, and when you're making a model sheet, while the action pose is cool, you really want to have a neutral pose so that you can just better get a sense of the proportions without them being in motion. This is definitely better for when you're just trying to construct the character itself. And you just want to have them pretty neutral from the get-go.
And the reason we made all the details like we did is because we can now, with this smaller brush, come in and add smaller details, and this will help complete the picture. Like trying to construct all that stuff while you're getting the pose and stuff down, you'd be here all day, right? But we don't have all day. Now, granted, you know, could always be a bit faster, but you know, that just comes with time and practice. You gotta keep drawing, draw for years to get to being able to sketch out your ideas and not need any construction lines or anything like that. I still very much need and use construction lines. That is still very much a thing that I utilize. And don't be discouraged if you feel like it takes you a long time to get a drawing done. It takes me forever. But the work, you know, the result, I usually like my drawings after I'm done with them. I might have some critiques for myself when I come back and look at them at a later date. But usually, I'm like, no, this looks pretty decent. And then I walk away. And, you know, like I said, might look at it later, see if there's an issue, fix it, and keep trudging. Really. See, now you can get a lot more detail in here without distracting yourself. Because you still know what you're making. Now you're just making it with all the stuff that makes it look super cool. Yeah, I'm overcomplicating that. Here's what we need to do. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Yeah, and that's another thing that you want to be aware of when you're drawing is that things have thickness to them. That things have thickness to them and they have curves. So if you can imagine, there's a curve that goes around there. There's a curve that goes around here, and this all matches up. So this wraps around there, you feel me? And that'll help keep things consistent with your work. So for this elbow piece right here, I'm just going to show you. So this shape imagine there's a line right down to the center there. And then we have this right here. That gets wrapped around this part like so. And this line right here, you can imagine there's another one that goes around that way, right? So from here you can figure out what other details you want to put on the thing, but that's how you kind of keep your details consistent. Now this part I can do in my brain. I kind of know what this shape is in my mind, so I don't necessarily need to draw that part out for myself because I kind of know what I'm looking at. But it's still tricky. It's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Ugh. And it's not the worst circle, but it's not the best one either. And one more. Third time's a charm. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. All right. So this is his chest right here. This is his chest. And then this is his muscle like that. So we'll have the strap come there. There we go. This is the chest armor here. Just gonna add another divot there. And then we're gonna do this. I'm just gonna increase my brush size a little bit. There we go. Oops. Oops. There we go. That's better. There we go. All right. Sorry, I'm going so long without talking. There's just not a whole lot else to say. Really, you started off with the simple part. Now we're on the detail part, and this part just takes time. Really, all of this stuff really is is really about, once you've figured out the techniques for how to replicate certain forms, is, you know, how long you're willing to spend polishing up those forms, you know, and then, you know, how many mistakes are you willing to correct? Because there are still some mistakes on here, but if I corrected every single mistake that I felt like was a mistake, the picture would never be done. I would never be done ever. Sometimes you have to learn what is good enough. Some mistakes you don't have to let stand, but some, you know, who even knows that they're mistakes other than you, right? And this is cool because you don't have to worry about, like, you do have to worry about anatomy, but not that much. Not in this picture, because he has a bunch of stuff on. And I think people have an easier time making characters that have an outfit on than characters that are bare-bodied, because a lot of people need a lot of work on their anatomy. Like, I'm not perfect at anatomy, but I know what I'm doing. Some people do not know what they're doing when it comes to anatomy. And so their pictures with their characters' clothes off, or some wearing some skin tight, kind of suck. Their characters look fantastic with clothes on, but off, you know, it's tough. It's tough out here. Okay. Now, I have been drawing for about 2 hours. So you get the idea. I'm going to keep sketching for just a teensy bit longer. There's not really many people watching, so I might just end it here. So basically, to like recap, you know, what my process is, you know, I basically just go through, I try to figure out exactly who the character is. So I'll do a couple of sketches, a couple of face sketches usually, to kind of get a sense of, you know, their temperament, what type of face I want them to have. And I usually do that a bunch of times, but I had already really settled on what I want them to look like. So this is basically the result of my hours of deliberation from days ago. So this is the final design. So this is him with his mask off. This is him with his mask on. And again, he's like a human dragonborn hybrid. So a dragonborn did with a human, and got him out of the equation. And once I do that, I then take a second to go over, you know, just the basic body shape, just kind of get that down real quick, with some, you know, with the construction lines. Again, it helps me. I really need the construction lines. Sometimes when I'm really, really, really feeling it, I can come up with something without using the construction lines, but it's not very consistent that it looks the best, or that it always makes the most sense. I usually just don't, because I know for a fact that if I use the construction lines, I'm gonna get everything right. I know for a fact that eventually the picture will come out right if I use my construction lines, but I'm not as confident in that when it comes to just coming up with something. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out some more. I'm definitely gonna keep practicing drawing, but I mean, you can. The advantage to not using, as you can see, the advantage to not using the construction lines is that you get a look at how quickly this shot is coming together with this character right here. You can generate poses in seconds if you kind of know what you're doing, and you kind of already have an idea of like where the pose is going. And again, if you remember one of my earlier streams, you can use different shapes like what I just did to help you figure out what type of pose you're going to be making and how you want to make it. But and then you can refine stuff later. But there is definitely an advantage to just winging it and not using the construction lines all the time, because they can hamper your speed a little bit. But practice and you'll figure it out. Like, I'm gonna keep practicing. I'm gonna get faster at drawing for you guys, so that next time I might just start off the picture with just start doing some squiggles and come up with the shapes, kind of just as I'm going, so that we're not here for ages waiting on me to figure out exactly what to draw or whatever. It'll just be kind of figured out. But anyway, it's just some ideas to think about. And again, keep in mind some lines I'm going to show you right now. This line right here, and it's probably better if I show you. Come on, baby. It's probably better if I show you. All right, so you see this? This line is going to come up all the time in your drawings. All the time. Almost everywhere. Almost everywhere. On the body, on the face, on the legs. Like, look at that. It's just a duplicate of itself going lower and lower everywhere. For the face, I'm going to show you over here. It's just a really interesting thing, because if you learn what this line is and kind of what it looks like, it'll be easier to help you set up constructing stuff in the future, because you can just like, oh, okay, I know it's supposed to go here, boom, 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 right? And then you got that side. Like, it's super easy to just come up with a face with these lines. Super easy. Super easy. Like, no joke. It's quite fascinating how how much you can get away with this. Like, and have your picture make sense. Like, look at this. I'm basically just duplicating this line over and over again. Look at how much stuff I'm getting away with. Look at how many shapes I'm making with this one shape. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So just make sure that you remember to utilize that. Try to break things down as much as you can. Use your shapes and start off with the big details first, and then zoom in the more you draw. And then also, while you're practicing, make attempts to make poses that aren't necessarily tied to a skeleton at the bottom, because it'll help you draw a bit faster. But you do have to have a little bit of confidence for that, definitely. And then once you have figured out exactly what you want your character to be, you then add the detail on top, or you start to add the detail on top so that you can go in later and like finalize the detail and make it, make so everything is represented properly. And boom, there you go. So that is tonight's stream. I think I will stream video games. Whether I do that tomorrow depends on if I actually have to go to that thing I have to go to, or if the people are coming up here. If not, then I will stream tomorrow. If not, or if I don't stream tomorrow, then I'll stream next Sunday as far as video games. And if I do stream a video game, I'm probably going to stream Vanquish. And I'm going to just play through all of my favorite video games from start to finish. So that should be fun. And next time you see this character, the model sheet will probably be finished, or at least almost finished, and then we will be sculpting him. So thank you all for joining the stream, whoever was here or is here now. And I will see you next time. Peace out. Have a good night.